Maddie reached for the table for support. She wanted to scream as fire tore through her back where the whip had connected with her tender flesh. She needed to get away, and soon. How much more could she endure? Her gaze ran over the tools on the table. Before she turned to leave, she ran her arm across the table, flinging the various paraphernalia onto the floor. Her head jerked up as a man rushed through the hidden door in the wall and caught her by the arms. Maddie shoved against him and whimpered, "Nay." But she wasn't strong enough to fight the muscular arms that gripped hers. "Leave me be, please. Who are you? Go away." Maddie stared into steel-grey eyes, shaking her head in denial. She knew her will was dissolving, but she had to fight this new threat. Where had he come from? Who was he? She had never seen him before, but his eyes softened as her vision blurred from her tears. His was a look that reminded her of her Da. "Trust me, my angel." Somehow her father's words broke through her thoughts. He lifted her into his arms and carried her back into the tunnel. She pushed against his chest, but her hands met rock. Tears fell as she again found herself in a situation where she was overpowered by a man. Why did this continue to happen to her? Why could they not leave her be? As she continued to squirm, he said to her, "Madeline, I am Alexander Grant from Dulnane Valley. I will not hurt you. Mac asked for my help. My brother and I will keep you safe. Trust me." His eyes reached into her soul as he gazed at her, and her heart stilled. Trust him? A man other than her father? Was such a thing possible? She realized her fingers dug into his shoulders as she forced herself to relax. He wasn't Kenneth. He wasn't Niles. He couldn't be any worse, could he? Madeline searched his grey eyes for a clue as to whether he was trustworthy. She could not see through the dirt on his face and the darkness in the tunnel. His eyes were angry, but he had a strong chiseled jaw and long dark hair. Her arm wrapped around his neck and brushed the soft locks. When she touched the skin on his neck, she jerked her hand away as if burned. Was this Brina's brother? He stirred strange feelings in her belly, but he looked vaguely like the man in her dreams. He was talking to her, but she couldn't understand him. Her head leaned against his shoulder. She was having trouble focusing. All she could feel was the pain in her back and a pair of strong arms supporting her. They followed a dark corridor, but she knew not where. She had to trust him. As she rested her head against him, she absorbed all that was Alexander Grant.